I'm couch like where I be at, and I don't even go to a fucking regular barbershop. Like my barber cut my hair. He don't come to my house. So I'm go to his house type shit. Cause my brother died at the barbershop. Yeah.
Can you introduce yourself for us and tell us where you from?
I am Bop Menaxe, man. From Atlanta, Georgia. Summer here to be exact.
For sure that.
Sure.
You been from Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
You know, born and raised, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe your childhood for us?
Shit. Good childhood. Got I could say regular, average childhood. Wasn't just too bad, wasn't just too good neither. But yeah.
Sure. Did you grow up with both parents?
Yeah.
What was that like? I mean, I know that a lot of people, you know, for those that didn't, you know, might have had one parent household, either be, you know, the mother, a single father.
Yeah.
You know, what was your experience like having both of them?
Like they weren't just always together at all times, but they like even when they weren't together, we was all still together. So it like they did their best of not showing that shit to me and shit. And they were like, I feel like that was like advantage in a way, and it, cause like a lot of my friends and shit, well, really everybody, they be like, shit. They always, I might talk about my dad. They be like, shit, you lucky you got a dad, shit like that. Or they'd always be either way. I had friends who shit just had their dad, they mama, they wouldn't even never be around their mama and shit.
Right.
Yeah. So
right. For sure. So like, so your friends that didn't have, you know, fathers, can you kind of say like, you know, you had like, it was kind of a little better for you having a male structure around for those that like other than versus those that didn't, like your peers.
Yeah, in a way, I definitely, cause I see a lot of shit where they got down get away with what I won't get away with type sure. Shit from my school, from elementary to middle school, even high school too though, but like elementary and middle school, from my house, you could walk to my school. Like we don't even have no school, but cause how close that shit is. So
sure. Sure.
And then like all the schools I went to, my dad went to all the same schools.
Sure.
So it, like some of the teachers and shit, principals and shit, they still there.
Right.
And they know my dad. So it like shit I might do, they calling his ass like, and he there like 5 minutes type shit. While another nigga like, shit, they got down, they wild and they might let them get away with it cause they know like what they going through type shit. But me, they straight on my ass like, I got away with a lot of shit too though, but I still had to got down see my dad type shit. Like I gotta fade this shit, fade the music.
100%. Yeah. How would you describe the relationship like with Mom Dukes, like with your mother?
Oh man, that my little lady, man. They like, oh man, that my everything right now. Yeah, we very close.
You got a lot of siblings, or how many of them?
Yeah, I got like, and I always 8 of us. Like, I got 7 sisters. I'm the only boy.
Yeah. You the only boy?
Yeah.
But that was like, shoot, that's tough. That sounds tough right there.
It was in a way, but shit, like all they had feel like I'm the favorite type shit. Like I feel like I get favoritism type shit. Like, so in a way, but they were hard on me too though, cause like shit, man, I'm the only boy. So I got down. Worry about niggas try to talk to my sisters and shit. That old shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. So it's basically safe to say that you know you had a great structured household, basically, you know, growing up.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Boom. At what point did the streets first interest you?
I'm gonna say like probably like around like 8th grade, like by 8th grade. Like one of my homies, Pooch, he's at like he was wild since we were little. Like this nigga had always be in the group home and shit. And Like one time this nigga broke out the group home type shit, stole the bus and everything type shit. What
kind of bus? Was it a school bus?
Yeah, hell yeah, like the little bus. And he had a fucking howl pad, like, I'm like, how the hell you get the bus? Like, shit, they gave me a howl pad, like, that nigga was wild, but this nigga came through one day, he had like probably like 15,000 on him some shit. And like, in our hood, like, shit, we had the Brave Stadium and shit right there, so it like, you could look up on some money around that type of shit. Like, everybody had money, and like, at a young age. But shit, that nigga had a load that day. And then, like, I think that money fucked me up that day. Like, just saying, like, my real boy, like, just having that much money type shit. At our age, I'm like, shit, I want some of this shit. And it was on from now type shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, the term, you familiar with the term, like, hopping off the porch? Or that, like, when somebody say, you know, I hopped off the porch at such and such, right?
What?
What age would you say, you know, you hopped off the porch? Was it around the 8th grade time, or?
Yeah, I say about 8th grade. Yeah. Like, I was all the way out there then.
100%.
I was still playing football and shit, but in the 8th grade, I got hurt. I broke my collarbone. So I was really through with football and shit, man. So it was wide open.
Sure. At what point, if you could take us back to like that first experience where, you know, it was like, oh, this the streets right here.
I probably say like Old Sound, fucking goddamn Summer Hill reunion. And then like around that time it was crazy. Like they used to make her go in the house, like the old people like that, make her go in the house. They was like, they call this shit bloody summer. There was a lot of shit going on around that time, like a lot of shoes and shit. And it was just crazy cause like to see how serious they was about making her go in the house type shit. And then like at the reunion, everybody be out there, like it's old folk, cheers, everything. Sure. And that shit ended up like somebody ended up getting shooting out there and shit. And I seen niggas like down there like catching bullet type shit, nigga finger coming out and shit. I was like, yeah, this shit wild then, like type shit. I was like, that probably like the first crazy experience of the street type shit.
So what did that do to your mental? Like, you know, like just, you know, seeing something like that at such a young age, like, you know, being introduced to that in that type of situation, like what was going through your mind like at that moment?
Probably just like this shit ain't no goddamn video game type shit. Like this shit can happen type shit. Like it can happen. And it can happen when you not expecting it to happen type shit, probably like that type shit. Yeah.
So did it kind of affect the way you moved after that? Like just like, okay, like, you know, this serious, I need to kind of move accordingly.
Yeah, definitely. Cause I seen it like just firsthand probably, and I'm like, shit, that shit ain't finna happen to me, no way, no how. So I'm like, shit, like I always just been moved smart. But I definitely took that like as a goddamn reminder, like that shit play through my head still every day type shit. I still be thinking about that shit. Yeah.
100%. So at that time, you know, coming from that, you know, a good, you know, a solid foundation, a background, like at any time did you and your mother or family ever have any conflict or just certain decisions that you know, was making growing up?
Nah, like you mean like just beefing type shit?
Nah, like you know, yeah, just like, you know, you hopping off the porch, getting into the streets. Like, did it conflict with like your mother or your peoples? Like you had any pressure?
Nah, I don't think so. I really like for so long, they probably really didn't know type shit. Like I don't know, slick motherfucker, man, but goddamn, I don't think they really know like until like probably when they getting calls and shit, like people start telling them certain shit, like where I'm from, my dad from there too, so it like people who know him type shit, and they start probably like fake telling them and shit like that. So then I think that probably when my dad was on my ass type shit. Like, yeah.
So before you, like did your dad have that same path, or was it different for him?
Yeah, like he'll tell me stories and shit, and I hear stories from the people, like, and they be telling me like shit, he was here, but they were like he was always smart type shit, like he'll do that shit and be gone. Like they like my dad was like 17, he had like 3 apartments and shit. Like he probably went to college and everything. He got in a car accident and hurt his ankle though. So like I think he did that shit so early, and then we had a lot of people in our family who did that shit and was gone. So like I think he just wising up early type shit. Like I ain't got time for that shit. He had a lot of goddamn kids he got to be there for. So I think he just shifted early type shit. But I think he had been out done all this shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what sparked your interest in, of course, you know, getting the streets, like you said, you say the story with your partner Poochie.
Yeah.
He still here today?
Yeah.
They y'all still like talking and everything like that?
Yeah, that's my man.
For sure. So that moment when you know, okay, boom, fast forward, we here, you know, what was it like that first time when, you know, you got your hands on some money? Like what was going through your mind? Like, was it like a surreal moment, or was it just like some regular, like?
I think that shit like, what they say, like adrenaline rush or fury to the fire, like or some shit like, it's on now, like. I know I did it one time, like shit, ain't no limits on this shit now. So it was on really, basically. Like, yeah. Did what I was doing it for. I want some more now. Like, yeah. Like, I don't think you probably never feel like you got enough type shit.
For sure. Yeah. And I know you mentioned that, you know, the neighborhood at that time, you know, they called it a bloody summer because there was a lot going on at that time.
Yeah.
Speaking on that, we know that gun violence is real in, you know, a lot of communities.
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first kind of encounter with the loss of anybody that you loved or cared for due to gun violence?
I'd say the first person. I had a few before, but I don't think it affected me as much as when my brother Nut died type shit. Well, a bit home. And yeah. I think that was the first real one that just fucked me up. Like, that shit still fucked me up to this day. Yeah, that was the first one right
What you feel about it that like bothers you the most? Like,
say again?
Like what bothers you the most about the situation?
Like shit, basically like she was innocent type shit. Like probably would have took it different like if he was a person like who had that type of shit going on or some shit like that. Like yeah, I think that's the worst part about it, like type of person he was type shit, probably basically. Like I don't feel like he didn't deserve it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Are you familiar with PTSD?
Yeah, I know what it means, yeah.
What it stand for?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
For sure. Sure. Basically, I'm pretty sure that you know what it means, you know, like basically, you know, certain event take place and, you know, a certain stress or high level of anxiety follows up after that particular event that, you know, a person experiences.
Yeah.
Do you feel like at any point in your life that you kind of, from certain experiences, especially including your partner that you just talked about, do you feel like you ever suffered PTSD at all?
Yeah, probably like in my own ways, but like there's like I guess 'cause like when I think about it, the first thing that comes to my mind like army people and shit like that. Like, but I don't really just be like how they be like. But I do be fucked up like I have fucked up dreams and shit like that. And I'm cautious like where I be at. And I don't even go to a fucking regular barbershop. Like my barber cut my hair, he don't come to my house, I don't go to his house type shit. Cause my brother died at the barbershop. Yeah, so I don't really fuck. Like in a place where I feel like I'm like I lay my guard down or some shit, I don't really like shit like that. Or like, I don't like gas stations and shit like that. Yeah.
So in the moments when, you know, you like hearing you like you have adapted to certain situations to, you know, that you know that like that might be uncomfortable. Like, I ain't really messing with that. I'm gonna move this route or move like that. And those type of moments, like when you feel like, you know, for example, let's say after a dream, like what do you do in that moment when it's bothering you? Like what, in that moment, what do you do to like kind of like, you know, balance out the way you feel?
I drink lean and shit, so I be like, like lean make me, it take me a long time to go to sleep, 'cause I really don't want to go to sleep sometimes, like, 'cause I don't like having no dreams and shit. So like, if I do fall asleep and I have one of them dreams, I'm gonna be back woke type shit. And then like, shit, I don't know, that shit weird, bro. Like, that shit weird. I don't have dreams about like shit happening to me. Like, it be like some shit what you can't explain type shit. Like,
Does any of the dream ever stick out to you that you remember? Like to give the people like some type of insight?
like you know how people like they have dreams of people and shit,
Right,
though. So,
right.
so that shit don't be people in my dream. It be other shit. So it like, I don't know what the fuck you can do today. Wake up type shit.
Right.
Like, I be trying to wake up. Like, yeah.
For sure.
Shit like that.
Are you familiar with anxiety?
Yeah.
So the moments where like, you know, like you sip, is there any forms of like a release other than of course probably music? Like, what other forms of like, you know, release do you use when you feeling these type of things?
I smoke cigarettes a lot and shit, and goddamn, I try to stay doing something like try to be around love, family and shit. Like, sometimes I get to myself and shit though, but like, I don't really like that shit. Like, I do like it at times, but sometimes like I be feel like I'm thinking too much, so I like, shit, let me go do some type shit. I really just try to stay busy type shit, 'cause like if I'm out by myself and I'm doing something, I can still like, I be alright.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then like you was mentioning, you know, you adjust or adapt to, you know, the way you move. You're very critical and strategic on the way you move. And
Yeah.
just, for example, something simple as getting a haircut, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, I will ask you with this question, based off certain experiences that, you know, of course, that you adapt to make you move this way, and just to be cautious of your surroundings and things like that, do you think you're living or you're surviving? And, like, your mentality, are you in a survival mode, or do you consider yourself living?
I'm gonna say survival. I think you always trying to survive until you just made it type shit. You gotta be made, not made, like where you, like to the point where you ain't even in your same city no more and shit like that. Like, you basically like on vacation time type shit. Like,
So,
yeah, shit like that.
so the way that you know, if you say you're in survival mode, in the long run, do you think it will help you more or will it hinder you?
I say it'll help, 'cause shit, I don't take nothing for granted. You know, I'm just like I ain't just never just, what you say, like content type shit, like my way, trying to do more, trying to do better type shit. Well, if I was just kicking living shit like I'm just living, I feel like you get caught up like that type shit. Like, you'll enjoy a lot of moments and shit, but you'll miss out on a lot of shit what you need to be doing too, though type shit. Like, in a way. Yeah.
So if you was born in another body, right? Like, say you was born in a whole nother circumstance, like in a whole nother life, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, would you think that you would still have the same mentality that you have today? Like, say you had a whole different life where, you know, you don't really know nothing about the streets, or you don't know nothing about a bloody summer, or growing up and seeing those type of things, or having those type of experiences. Do you think you would have the same mentality that you have right now, like today?
Like if I was a whole nother person type shit?
Exactly.
Would I have the same type of, what now?
Mentality, like would you think the same?
Hell nah. Nah, cause like, I got partners and shit, like, I got a partner named Jersey, bro. He from New Jersey. I met him like when I was older type shit. But I fought with him so hard because I always like how he live. Like, he don't know nothing about none of the shit what I know about. Like, he ain't have to never go through none of this shit. And he like in so many ways, like he not just dumb, but he green to a lot of shit, like what we gotta go through type shit. So like,
Folks, give me an example. Like, what's something that y'all might have went through together that you remember? Like, what was the situation?
probably like, I got down. I think he was trying to, him and one of my other partners, they were trying to like buy some weed or some shit. No, I don't smoke weed, but goddamn, all my partners smoke, so they trying to buy some weed. So I'm telling them like, the nigga supposed to be bringing them weed outside. Bro, we probably sat outside like an hour, right? Like, just sitting right there. Like, the nigga keep, every time they call him, they like, shit, wait, we out here, bro? He like, I'll be out there in a minute. And then he never came, like, to the last time they called him, like, it done been like an hour, bro. They called him, he don't answer. He like, shit, I'm right. He answer, he like, shit, I'm right here. So the next thing he say, when we look up, man, these folks, they go to straight shoot, bro. But like, they didn't try to sell them folk no weed. They didn't try to rob them or nothing. They just shot at them. And I don't know why. I still don't know about it, why that happened to this day. But I know it was finna happen though. Like, the side of town we was on and then how the situation was going, I seen it coming. I'll keep telling them like, man, let's do it, man, let's do it. But they didn't know that. Like, they ain't realize that shit. They just wain't like regular people, like some tourist shit type shit anyway. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't tripping. When they shot, nobody didn't get hurt, man. That shit ain't nothing. No bullet didn't hit the car or nothing. But it was like, it could have happened. Yeah. So I'm like, shit.
What was that conversation with him like? Like once y'all got out of there, like, what was y'all conversation? Like, what did you tell him?
Like I told you, and then he like, you did, like, well, how the hell you know this shit? Like, I'm like, shit, I just felt this shit, bro. But I'm not knowing, like, I'm already trained for this shit without even knowing, cause I'm still young too, but I'm knowing like, shit, I felt it, but I ain't like realizing that why I feel it, cause I'm already seen it before type shit. Yeah.
100%. And you going through a lot, as you mentioned. Can you describe, like, so how old are you first off? How old are you?
I'm 30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. You could describe what was like one of the most lowest points in your life that you felt like, kind of like, almost defeated in a sense, like damn, like rock bottom, like a rock bottom.
Probably being locked up. Yeah. I think that's probably the worst shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think being locked up. Yeah.
How old was you when you was incarcerated?
So I just got out. Oh shit, so shit, I was 29 when I went in. Yeah. I was 29.
So what made you have that feeling? Like what was it that, you felt so, so down about? Like about the situation?
Probably because it was like, I think like, it was all shit like, I was facing a lot of real shit, like a lot of charges, but I was like, shit, basically like, probably like at the best point of my life, like in the, like legit way, like, well, nigga music taking off shit, like, I'm finna be real successful type shit. And that shit just got snatched away, like yeah. For nothing, like I ain't even do shit. Like, I really feel like I got locked up because who I'm now type shit. But yeah, like I think that's what it was, like on some shit like you see how fast your shit can get took away from you type shit. And you ain't got nothing to know. Like you really can't do nothing about it but ride it out. Like so like shit. I think that what hurt the most. I got kids and shit too. And my kid older. Like, so they be asking, like, what's happening? Like, when you come home, shit like that, and I can't really tell them.
Right.
like no right date or no shit. Yeah, that shit hurt.
How did that going through that being in that place, like as I could see, you know, it was a kind of tough spot. How did it change you? Like, did it change anything about you? Just like that whole process up until you getting out? Like, did it change you at all?
Hey, yeah, it did. Like, so I'd rather be like stressed, like make every move count type shit. Like I'm stressing that before I even went in. So for you just feel like you already moved right, and then that shit still happen. It like basically like on some shit like, damn, it's zero room for error type shit, like zero. Like some shit like that. So it like now like man, I'm like man, that shit crazy, man. Like I don't even. I'm weighing up every situation before I even get into it. Like before I move, before I do anything, I'm weighing it up. Like I would.
And you had kids. You got a son?
Yeah, 2 on.
Oh, you got 2?
Yeah.
For sure. And with your sons, and you know, describing, you know, these certain experiences that, you know, you experience, like, what are you doing different to kind of help them have to choose a different path, or?
Like, I try to just keep with me as much as possible. I don't be wanting to just like hover over them type shit, but I do know in a way though, like I know how easy it is to get down, like, cause I'm still busy and like, I still be doing shit. So it like they can do some shit. Like I can feel like they ain't doing shit, but they still can do some shit. So I'm trying to be on their ass, like I'm trying to be their probation officer type shit down there, but in a way where you don't be scared to be around me type shit. Like, I don't want you to just feel like, see you in trouble every time you come around dad type shit. So like, when they dad saying something to you, you in trouble, but I want you to know like, I'm on your ass or like, ain't none of that shit going on. But I'm gonna have you in a way where you could goddamn see it too though, like you can see every side of it. I'm gonna tell you myself, like, feel when they get older, I'm break it down to them and shit. But yeah, I try to keep them out of this shit, like, by any means possible. Yeah.
100%. And with your kids, you know, like, do you have any like life conversations about, like, any life conversations with them, like, kind of, cause how old are they? Are they like younger, or they?
One on 11, one on 12.
Oh, so he at that age.
Yeah.
So like, are you kind of using any of your experiences to kind of, you know, because I'm pretty sure I remember being 11 to 12. I know you remember being 11 to 12, and you know, that's a curious age for a lot of things, because you know, puberty.
Yeah.
Shoot, they starting to see what's going on.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, do you ever use any of your life experiences and kind of, you know, try to steer them, you know, to stay focused and stuff like that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And that like shit, we over like I'm down, I'm like they best friend, but I still got the point where they understand I'm still your dad or too though, like, so I don't be wanting them to get down. I don't want them to feel too comfortable with me type shit, but I want you to be over with me. Like we would have an over relationship, like, so I got down. I talk to them, and they definitely know like a lot of shit, like, so they ask me a lot of shit too. Sure. And I answer it like genuine, like best way I can without trying to tell them too much type shit. Like, yeah.
100%. And did they ever bring up, you know, you being away? Like, did they ever ask you any questions about that? Like, did it affect them at all?
Nah, I think like if they know, they ain't gonna let me know they know type shit. But worst shit I ever seen, like, we were getting a haircut one time, them niggas brought me my fucking picture on like Google some kind of way, and they pulled up my mug shots and shit. I know what the hell y'all doing, like, you know, I'm really mad, cause I don't even want them to be thinking about no jail shit and shit like that. But I could see how it probably came up, like how they ended up doing it, but I was like, they probably like the crazy shit they ever did, like just on some like asking me about it type shit. I'm like, you don't even need to think about that shit, like.
I understand. And seeing how, you know, you was saying how you know, your mother and dad, you know, like I said, you had both of them,
Yeah.
right? Far as regarding your kids, is it the same for you?
Yeah,
With them?
yeah.
For sure.
Like, yeah, they got their mama and me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And how do you view, what's your perspective on like, you know, the traditional, you know, man and woman in the household raising the kids? Like what's your take on that?
I think like I just out having kids and shit, like I think you gonna go through the stage where you gonna feel like, oh, like you want that shit, you want that for them. Like I want her to be in the same household, but it don't work out every time type shit. Or I done went through that where I'm like, I had shit like well I like other girl like probably like and I kill all that shit just like I'm like shit I'm finna go back goddamn be with my family type shit. But that shit don't be working all the time. Yeah, that shit didn't work out though. But I definitely tried that shit. And
Is it ever in your plans to just, you know, just do that and just, if it work out, just like, well, however it look like, that you will just settle down and just do the whole traditional family thing one day?
Like I think I'm gonna pad that shit. Like we'll try to get a fat ass house and then get all my kids. I take them out of their hand type shit. Like
For sure.
the moms ain't gotta worry about it type shit. I got
Sure.
yeah.
For sure. And I always ask this question, man, in closing, Bop. If you could, if anything, if you could change anything about, you know, your life, any experience, family, socially, your life, whatever, if you could change one thing, what would it be?
I'm not trying shit. 'Cause I wanna be who I'm at. I wanna be me. I think like what you go through, that what make you. What you make it through, that what make you. What you go through and what you make it through. So it like you can think about try to do shit different than shit, like, but that shit made you who you is, like, you better out there. So like, yeah, nah, no regret.